8 o'clock at night, and here we are working on cars. What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so my shop is actually my workplace, and it's not owned by me, it's owned by a real estate company. They're doing some appraisal pictures tomorrow, so I have to get this kind of cleaned up. And one of the things that I do need to do is get the cars out of here, so when they come in to take pictures, there's not a bunch of cars everywhere, because it just clutters up the whole place. So we're gonna take all the cars out. But one of the things that I have to do is put the suspension on. So we're gonna do that today. Not only suspension needs to get done, but we got a laundry list of other things that need to get done. I'm not going to do tonight because I just kind of need to get this thing back to where I could drive it out of here. So got to put the coilovers on. Not going to put anything else on just yet. I'm going to show you guys some of the new parts that we got. And then we're just going to get to work because I got to get this thing done tonight. The one thing that I'm going to do above and beyond the coilovers is we're going to do the upper control arms tonight, because there's no sense in putting this all together, taking it all apart to do upper control arms. Not that that's a big deal, but honestly, it's just easier to do while the coilover is out. But we're gonna be switching from Skunk 2 Pros to PCIs with Kingpin upper control arm spherical bearings. Like most of you know, we're switching over to the Fortunato 520s. And this one has to come back out because this one, I didn't adjust the bracket. The bracket should be going over the cup, not over the threads. They ship it that way. I think one of the reasons they ship it that way is you don't have as much adjustment when you have it around the cup, as you can see, especially on the rears. It's gonna max out. So if you put it above it, you can adjust your suspension a little bit more, which we don't really need to do. So I'm fine with it the way that it is, honestly. We're gonna go ahead and get that done. What else? Anything else? Anything else? What else? That's pretty much it. I got a couple parts I wanna show you guys too. Not gonna be tonight's projects, gonna be another day projects. So new parts are always fun. We've got, we're not gonna, ASR, you can see, trailing arm bushings. These are really nice pieces. We're gonna give these a shot. I've got PCI on my other ones. This car currently, last year, just ran, I think they're either True Heart or K-Tunes, replacement bushings. This here is we're gonna test it and see. We're gonna test it and find out. This is a Skunk 2 Pro, or Skunk 2 Ultra rather, street that's been ported. I had it ported by my buddy GSP Machining. There's the number. I will put a link to his Instagram below. Give him a shout. Anything. He does a lot of engine work for Hondas. Does Skunk 2 Ultra porting at a reasonable price. You can ship it to him. He'll ship it back. And it's CNC ported, by the way, not just ported. So we're gonna test that out. We ran a ported RBC manifold last year by SBS. And from everybody that's really tested them, RBCs in general flow really well. The SBS ported was like the best of the best. And we're gonna drop down to an 80 mil throttle body. We had a 90 mil on here. I think the 80 is just gonna be a better fit for idling, just for the car's smoothness of throttle response and that sort of stuff. My brain's shot today. I'm tired, but we got to get this done. So one other thing that we did, well, we got the PCI 5-inch side skirts replacing the old ones, and we've got some pretty parts, but these are also lightweight, really, really light. These are like paper thin. feeling. Carbon, JDM, password, they are for the gas cover. So pretty cool. I'm excited about all this stuff. The car is going to come together really nicely. We're working on the silver car too. I'll probably do a video on that one just to give you guys some updates on what we're doing with that, how it's going, and all that good stuff. But before we run out of time, let's get to work. I love making things more difficult for myself. So while we're in here, I forgot that I didn't bedline the inner well, and I wanted to because up in here is not in the best shape. Can't really see it now that it's got the undercoating on it. There's a little bit of surface rust on the strut tower, and if you see up top here, there's a little surface rust on the top of the strut tower. So your biggest hurdle with old cars like this is going to be stuff like that. This wasn't the most ideal chassis to start with. The silver car was. Unfortunately, I went this route. Why? I have no idea. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. So it creates a lot of extra work for myself, trying to get this car just cleaned up. Where if you start with a cleaner chassis, you don't have to get stuck doing this stuff, which does kind of stink having to do it. But long story short, all cleaned up. We can throw the suspension back together now. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, hit it with maybe a heat gun, get it hardened, and then start assembling it. What I did in the meantime, just to keep things moving, I did throw the rear coilover on. I had to disconnect the sway bar. We put the canister on the inside of the trailing arm. Not sure that that's going to be its final resting point. When I just put it on, it does hit the rear brake in the opposite direction. Again, having it up on jack stands kind of stinks when you're working on a car like this. I've been doing it forever, so I'm used to it. But once you have it up on a lift and you can get under it and look and kind of move things around, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be tuning the suspension, so the whole goal tonight is get it on, test fit everything, make sure everything works, because the next end result is this car has got to go get a new wiring harness put on it, get the suspension tuned. I think I told you that we're going to be getting this rear quarter panel fixed. I just want this, you can see I cut a little bit of a chunk out of there, but what they'll do is either take a big section of the quarter panel or panel patch it, depending what my body guy is going to do, and just get that smoothed out. So we can either get the car wrapped or painted. I'm still up in the air. Get down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get to just using a heat gun on this, and then we'll install the front coilover. Got to take the front coilover on that side off, take the clamp, adjust that, and then get everything back together. Get the heck out of here. Thanks, guys. I'll be with you in a minute. So that's putting coilovers on. Really exciting, huh? All right, so this is the Fortunato 520s Club Racer installed. We put the PCI upper control arms on, and there's still a lot of suspension stuff that we got to do. Looks a lot better though. No more rust, no more crusty. It'll protect it even when we go off track and that sort of thing. Even if we do take this out in the rain, it'll be all protected. So that's that one. We got the rear on. We have the driver's side front. Got to do the driver's side rear, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get to it. Got the rear sway bar out, kind of had to, and the reason is this sway bar, from all the research that I've done, there is no part number HR36XZ-9 on Whiteline. There is a BHR36XZ with no -9, and that says that it will fit a DC2 Integra. Now the difference is, and it's very not easy to see, you can see one side is slightly longer than the other. Well, that's honestly really not ideal, because the way any coilover mounts really, but these specifically, as you can see, I don't know if you can, the reservoirs kind of stick out a little bit. So on this side, it fits. On the driver's side, it doesn't. So had to pull it off to get this coilover on. This is the last one. This job has taken a little bit longer than I would have wanted to, just to get this on real quick. But it is what it is. You learn. But almost done. It is late. I am tired. It is done. For now. It is dumped. It is way too low in the front. We need to go up about 1.5 inches, maybe just an inch. The car has drop forks on it from the K-Tune circuits. I didn't have the factory forks here, so I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to put the factory forks. You can see the steering is all kippy-whack too. So yeah, that's about it. The rear fits great. I think the fitment is almost spot on too. And by fitment, I think as far as how low it was is about as what it was previously. So yeah, fix the front end and we're good to go. Now, I have to replace the front bump stops anyway, so the front's gonna have to come apart. Again, this was all kind of just testing and we're gonna have to just make some changes from here. But until then, that's it. I will talk to you soon, hopefully, because we got to get more work done on this. And hopefully it's not this late at night next time. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Later.